Angels are one of the most common forms that individuals see during out-of-body projections, near-death experiences after death has occurred, and during times of emotional turmoil. Books on angels became popular in the mid-1990s. Oh. That is not what we're reading today. You're reading over here. Reports of deathbed experiences have long intrigued medical doctors and nurses. The work of researchers such as Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, Dr. Raymond Moody, Dr. Kenneth Ring, Dr. P.M.H. Atwater, and Dr. Carla Wills Brandon have allowed us to gain greater understanding of this most personal phenomena. Interestingly, a systematic investigation of deathbed reports was not attempted until the early 1960s when a pilot study by the Dr. Carlos Osis sought to analyze and establish patterns in the experiences of dying persons, deathbed observations by physicians and nurses, Parapsychology Foundation, Inc., 1961. Osis gathered 640 doctors and nurses to participate in the survey-based investigation. Their selection was based on their specialized training, ability to make accurate medical assessments, and proximity to dying patients. Each respondent to Osis's questionnaire had observed an average of 50 to 60 deathbed patients, totaling more than 35,000 cases. The initial survey was followed up with telephone calls, additional questionnaires, and personal correspondence. A total of 385 of the participants reported 1,318 cases in which deathbed patients reported seeing apparitions of previously deceased loved ones or ghosts of individuals who were known to them. Scenes of wondrous beauty or visions of heaven were reported by 248 participants in 884 instances. The physicians and nurses stated that the experiences left nearly all of the patients in a state of peace or exaltation. In about half of the cases, the spirits of loved ones or religious figures seemed to manifest in order to guide the dying patient through the transition from death to the afterlife. Those who had visions of the other side seemed serene and elevated in mood. One distinct observation from Osis' study was that few patients appeared to die in a state of fear. Interestingly enough, patients with a higher degree of formal education seem to experience deathbed phenomena more often than individuals with less formal education, which contradicts the allegation that uneducated, superstitious individuals have such experiences. Those with strong religious beliefs most often identified as saintly figure or saw heaven, but holy and angelic figures were often reported by patients with no religious affiliation. Another interesting finding of the study was that deathbed visions are reported more often in cases where the dying patients are fully conscious and appear to be in complete control of their senses. Sedation, high fever, and barbiturates seem to decrease rather than increase the ability to experience deathbed phenomena. Brain damage and brain disease were found to have no impact on the kind of deathbed experiences that were relevant to Osis' survey. The study also discovered cases in which those who had gathered around the deathbed collectively witnessed apparitions. There were numerous instances of a telepathic or clairvoyant interaction between patients and the physicians and nurses that attended them. A good number of participants reported they had undergone a change in personal outlook or philosophy after having witnessed the experience of a dying person.